Hello and welcome back to All Your Heart Company. My name is Lily Kincaid and I'm the founder of All Your Heart Company, a faith-based clothing brand here to, inspire people to wear on the outside how they feel on the inside. This is week 6. I know it's not exactly week by week. I was traveling, I'm back in California, but this is week 6 of building a faith-based business from scratch. Y'all, I'm so excited because look what I'm wearing. These are now on the website live, the Proverbs 356 hoodie. It's been so fun. Right now we've had the classic logo hats up on the website, which you should get one. And it's crazy because there's already been a couple of orders and I got a candle and I put it into a little vegan cupcake to celebrate because it's truly like, I don't know, it really means a lot because when you feel like you are, just saving even one person or one person's going to see that hat and like make an actual difference. And it's just a really good feeling. But anyways, these hoodies are now up. So the Trust in the Lord hats, those are kind of like your logo hats. But these are the special Proverbs 3:5 collection. I'm trying to show it to you. It's literally, I'm going to be living in this all summer. First of all, the color is beautiful. It reminds me of the ocean. But also too, it's embroidered and it's super heavy. So I love this because it says Proverbs 3:5-6. I put it here on purpose because I wanted to make sure when I was driving, when I was writing, when I was typing, when I was drinking my coffee, whatever it may be, I want to keep seeing that because it is so easy to trust in the Lord with parts of myself. And that's one of the things, once you're already a believer, it's a whole nother arena than people who are just finding their faith because, at the start of people finding their faith, you're usually very on fire. But, as time goes by, it can be difficult and you can get sidetracked and you can be forgetting to trust God with everything. And so I love seeing that. Plus it has this, and then on the back, it has the cool little vintage design I made, which I love. I'll show some more close-ups, but yes, we have this ocean blue color. And then we also have this beautiful seafoam green. I just adore it. I think these two are just perfect for the summer. They kind of go with whatever you're wearing. I'm wearing a size small right now, and I think it fits perfectly. They're oversized, but they're also very thick, like I said, so they're super cozy, and I just love it because, hey, if I'm gonna wear something, if I'm gonna be sending a message to the world through my clothing, which we all are, we're walking billboards for whatever we have on, I want it to be something that, maybe inspires people. Maybe somebody is lost in their faith and they see that verse and it reminds them to go read their Bible, or it's exactly what they need to hear at the time. And so I just think that's beautiful. But yeah, so I wanted to make this video to kind of bring you guys in on the process and show you what's been going on. So I'm really excited. The reason why it's been a while is because it takes time to get samples. And I always say, no matter what it is that you're doing, you want to make sure you're making samples. I only wanted to make things that I wanted to wear. I mean, that's why I started this company, because I wanted to wear Bible verses, and I've had the best conversations. I've had conversations with people I probably never would have had conversations with, simply because we started talking. They were like, oh, I love your hat. And then we started talking about how they found God and how they found Jesus and et cetera, et cetera. But also too, I got samples of the packaging. As you can see, at least for the sweatshirts, because every manufacturer is different, but for the sweatshirts, it's so cute. It has the Proverbs 3:5-6 at the top, or 3:5 at the top. No, it has Proverbs 3:5-6 at the top. And on the bottom, it just says All Your Heart Company. So it's super cute because, I wanted things that were durable. You're going to have this forever. When I was designing these sweatshirts and, trying different samples and looking at different brands, I knew I wanted it to be 100% cotton, which this is. There's no polyester. There's no filler in these sweatshirts. But also I was looking at the sweatshirts of mine that I would continuously go back to. And they were all sweatshirts from my mom that were vintage from, the 80s, the 90s, that were 100% cotton, super thick and super durable. And I found myself always reaching for those sweatshirts. And so I knew I wanted to make something that gave off that vintage feel, that was thick, cozy, 100% cotton, that was embroidered, because my mom's sweatshirts are super awesome embroidered and I love them so much. But that's what this is. And it has an awesome hood, all cotton too, like I said. So it's just, and then it has this huge vintage cross. I just love it. But it takes a while to get everything in the samples right. And yeah, I'm kind of taking you guys in because I'm also going to start designing the next collection with y'all. So this is just going to be, today, but I'm back on it. This video's had a very chaotic start, but you know what? That's okay. Anyways, okay, before we get into more of what I've been up to, starting a faith-based business from scratch, I wanted to read the Proverbs of the day. It is the 4th right now, so we're going to read Proverbs 4 together. A father's wise advice. My children, listen when your father corrects you. Pay attention and learn good judgment, for I am giving you good guidance. Don't turn away from my instructions, for I too was once my father's son, tenderly loved as my mother's only child. My father taught me, take my words to heart. Follow my commands and you will live. Get wisdom. Develop good judgment. Don't forget my words or turn away from them. Don't turn your back on wisdom, for she will protect you. Love her and she will guard you. Getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do. And whatever else you do, develop good judgment. If you prize wisdom, she will make you great. Embrace her and she will honor you. She will place a lovely wreath on your head. She will present you with a beautiful crown. My child, listen to me and do as I say, and you will have a long, good life. I will teach you wisdom's ways and lead you in straight paths. When you walk, you won't be held back. When you run, you won't stumble. Take hold of my instructions. Don't let them go. Guard them, for they are the key to life. Don't do as the wicked do, and don't follow the path of evildoers. Don't even think about it. Don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving, for evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest until they've caused someone to stumble. They eat the food of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. The way of the righteous is like the first gleam of dawn, which shines even brighter until the full light of day. But the way of the wicked is like total darkness. They have no idea what they are stumbling over. My child, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words. Don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart, for they bring life to those who find them and healing to their whole body. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Avoid all perverse talk. Stay away from corrupt speech. Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil. That was Proverbs 4. Also, why I'm back making these weekly kind of check-in videos is because I posted a whole series. I will link it on the screen, but it's also linked down below and as well as my YouTube main channel page, I guess. And it is a special series I created where I'm reading Proverbs chapter by chapter with y'all. It takes an extra 3 to 5 minutes every morning or every day whenever you have free time. I recommend doing it when you wake up, when you're brushing your teeth, making your coffee, putting your makeup on. But basically, I explain this in those videos, but I started reading the Proverbs of the day. So like today's June 4th, right? So we read Proverbs 4 together. But I started doing that back in the fall of 2023, and it has slowly changed my life. And I didn't even realize it until I really sat down and thought about it. How, even there's some chapters of Proverbs where at first I didn't really get it. And some of them I still don't get. But the more I read it, the more God almost like allowed my brain to understand it. I can't even describe it, but basically it's one of my favorite habits I've picked up that I find myself, now that I've read it so many times, and I still do it every day. Are there days I miss? Yes, of course, I'm human, but I try my best to read the correlating Proverbs every single day. And I've realized over time, the more I read it, the more I listen, the more it sticks in my brain. And I find myself using this wisdom in my daily situations and in my life. So it's amazing. So I highly recommend that you do that. Try it for 30 days and let me know what you think. Anyways, on with the video. So, okay, it's been very exciting. Like I said earlier in the intro, this is like a video that's all over the place, but hey, we love that because, God sometimes makes things all over the place, but he always brings it back together for his good, period. But there's been a couple orders for the classic All Your Heart Company hats, which were just amazing. And in the meantime, I've been also posting, like one of the reasons I started this was, yes, because I want to wear things, but also too, I wanted to start teaching people because I've realized, even talking to some of my friends in real life, a lot of people don't actually understand who God is and what the Bible is. They see it as this religion that's it's very restrictive. It's very angry. God doesn't love you. Everything's not out of love. And in fact, the truth is, it's the total opposite. Everything God does is because of love. Like everything he does is because of love. And he is wanting, he is wanting you to run to him. It's like he's waiting there. It's the parable of like the, what's it called? The son who runs away, and it's like the father's running towards him when he runs back. That's what God is to us, you guys. And it's just, so I wanted to start this to really break down what the Bible is. And I've been posting on TikTok, which you can follow All Your Heart Company on TikTok, as well as Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all of the things, X, to really break down the Bible. And I've been having the most amazing conversations with people, just reading scripture, breaking it down. And so I also think I'm going to start another series. Like we had the Proverbs, right? And I'm going to start another series. I'm committing to this now on camera, but I will be reading the entire Bible on this YouTube channel in little segments because I believe that, we are very fortunate to have access to the Bible in America and wherever you may be reading this, maybe you don't have a physical Bible. There's other countries where the physical Bible is banned, and I've just been hearing a lot and about how Bibles are having parts of it removed. So, you know, I'm going to be reading it all because I never know where this video is going to end up. And if you do not have a Bible, you can trust that I am reading it straight word for word from the NLT translation Bible. But I just think, you know what, do not take God's word for granted. If you have access to a Bible, if you have access to go to the Bible app even, do not take that for granted, because there's other Christians like all over the world, I'm sure, who have to, you know, read God's word in secret if they even have access to it. So we're very fortunate for that. Anyways, the Proverbs collection is now up. So we have these sweatshirts, which we love, like I said earlier. And then the Trust in the Lord hats are kind of like the All Your Heart logo company hats. But I made 2 other special Proverbs hats. We have Proverbs 16:3, one of my favorites. Commit your actions to the Lord and your plans will succeed, because period. We all need that reminder. Also, a verse from Proverbs 35, every word of God proves true, because I just thought that was a good reminder. And of course, you know, these are 100% cotton hats, especially for summertime. I've been wearing it literally almost every day. Today was a hair wash day, so that's why I don't have the hat on, but I have my hoodie on. But I've been wearing them literally every single day. I've had conversations with people outlined at the coffee shop, on the airplane, literally everywhere. And I just noticed that, I don't know, maybe it's my attitude too, how I'm speaking to people more and becoming more confident. But there is something like, yes, we know the armor of God is internal, but there is something like, maybe it's a placebo effect. Maybe it's kind of like similar to, like, you know, when you're putting on a costume. Whenever I'm like physically putting on the armor of God, whether it be like a verse or I'm putting on my cross necklace that I wear every day, I feel this empowerment to go out and talk about God with people. And it's just amazing. So those are the Proverbs hats. And then also too, there is 2 Proverbs t-shirts. These are women's fitted t-shirts. I'm going to show a little try on haul over here. So the first one is just white, and it just says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Proverbs 3:5, it's 100% cotton, and it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding, in this beautiful script font that I love. I'm obsessed with it. Then on the back, it has the vintage cross design that is also on the sweatshirt, because this is just like the classic Proverbs design. And I'm really excited too, because every single collection is going to be different. So we're going to start planning that together. And then it also has a label that I made. It says, trust in the Lord, Proverbs 3:5 on the cross, which I love. And then on the inside of the shirt, which is really cool, it says all your heart. Like, it has a little tag, which I thought was really cool. And it says allyourheartcompany.com. Just so you never know where it's going to end up. I always say, like, you never know where it's going to end up. Maybe you see somebody and God's like, give them your sweatshirt, and you give them this sweatshirt and it leads them to God. It's not the sweatshirt, it's God doing it, but you know, he uses us. I always say we're like delivery vehicles. So I really like analogies, and I use a lot of analogies like dip, you know, like guacamole or salsa. Sometimes you're just craving the salsa. Like, the tortilla chip is just the delivery vehicle. Like, everybody deep down is craving Jesus. Like, that's the one, like, no matter what. And people have tried to, even myself, I've tried to fulfill it with other things. Nothing works, right? And so, you know, we're just delivery vehicles for God to get souls. So anyways, so there's the white one, and then there also is this gorgeous baby blue, which I've been loving in the summer now that I have a little bit of a nice tan. It's gorgeous baby blue. It says the same thing, Proverbs 3:5. Beautiful cotton, I love it. And then the logo is also on the inside of the shirt, which I love so much. And I just love it. I love it so much. I feel so cozy. It's just, you know, there is a couple other items. I'm still testing out a lot of the samples, so those are going to come soon. But these ones will be up on the website, which I'm really excited about. And, you know, it's definitely a journey. The number one thing I can say is, like, when you're starting a business, because I'm a musician, like, I mean, I have a piano behind me. A lot of people have figured that out. But it's very interesting, because I always say, and this goes for any business, whatever it may be, you have to be yourself. If you, like, for me, when I'm writing songs, it can be so tempting to be like, well, this is trending, I should write a song like this because it'll get likes, it'll get streams, it'll go viral. But in the end, it's like, but that's not you. So if it's not you, it can be replaced. Same goes for this. I'm making things that I want to wear. If I ever make something and I'm like, ew, this is ugly, I would never wear it, I'm not going to make it, because I want to make things that I want to wear because it's authentic to me. And that's how we have to live, you know? God made you. He made you exactly how you are, with your likes, your interest. And he already knows that too. That's the funny thing too. I'm always like, people are always like, oh, well, like, God would be mad at me. I'm like, he already knows. That's the thing, he already knows. and you're still here and he's still wanting to love you. How amazing and how beautiful is that? But stick with things that you like. If you're an entrepreneur, whatever it may be, it could be any business. Figure out what you're missing, you know? For me, it was like, I wanted to wear more things that were cute, that were like not super sporty in a sense. I feel like there's a lot of Christian like sportwear brands, if that makes sense, where it's really cool stuff, but it's more streetwear. I wanted things that felt a little more feminine. I love cursive. I love like script font. I love like, I don't know, something that looks kind of vintagey, like classic, timeless. I love color, but I also love it in a delicate way, if that makes sense. And even my Bible, like I've been getting so many questions on my TikTok about my Bible. Y'all, this is not a Bible cover. I like Mod Podge these onto my Bible 3 years ago when I got this Bible. It's the Thrive Women's Devotional Bible. It's so beat up, but I love it. But I've always loved, you know, kind of things that were delicate and intricate and gold and floral. Like I love flowers. I love the sunset. I love nature. I stop and smell every flower because I'm like, this is amazing. Like the more I connect with God and the more I read my word, the more I like become obsessed with everything that God created. But long ramble to basically say, create what you would want. Be authentic to yourself because we're all made in God's image. So if you make something, it's going to relate to somebody else, you know? You don't want everybody to like what you're doing. The right people will like it, and you know, you'll find your people if you start wearing it and being bold and not hiding it. Also, another little piece of advice I have is to just do it. Like one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel and was like, hey, I'm making this faith-based business and I'm posting it and I'm doing it is because you know what? You can spend your whole life waiting. You can spend your whole life waiting, and the truth is we're not the givers of life and we're not the takers of life. So I always say life is long, right? Life is long. So don't make dumb decisions, but we don't know how long. Only God knows that. God is the one who numbers our days and orders our steps. So do everything with excellence and do everything as if it is your last day in a sense. Not with a fear, but in a sense of like, if I go to bed and I don't wake up, I want to give God everything I had for that day. So that's just some advice. This was a ramble, but this was week 6 of building a faith-based business. If you want to check out anything I've talked about or get yourself some All Your Heart Company clothes, you can go to allyourheartcompany.com. Send it to a friend. Y'all can twin. I'm telling you guys, all the hats are so cute. The classic Trust in the Lord with All Your Heart hat, amazing. But the other ones too, just specifically, it's like you're putting on your physical armor of God. These sweatshirts, you're going to have these in your family forever. You're going to give these to your kids one day. I'm telling you, just like my mom's vintage sweatshirts that she gave me that are basically the only sweatshirts I wear besides these. This is going to become that. This is going to become that in 20 years. I'm serious. But you can also follow All Your Heart Company on social media. Like I said, I've been posting Proverbs of the day, verses, Bible reminders, because the truth is, yes, we probably shouldn't be on social media, right? It's consuming our time. But if we are going to be on it, let's curate our feeds to be things that we actually need, that we want to see, that keep us on track to the people that God created us to be. So we have an Instagram account. We have a TikTok. We have an X. We have a Snapchat, which is fun. Yes, Snapchat is coming back. And we have a Facebook account. So you can follow all of those. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any more videos. But I love y'all, and I will see you next week.